Welcome back to The Explainer, everyone. Today, we're diving into something that is honestly pretty wild. We're going to deconstruct a single specific e-commerce product listing from a website called elvintotodigital.com. Now, I know what you're thinking. Analyzing a product page might sound a little dry, right? But stick with me because what we're about to uncover is actually a fascinating behind-the-scenes look at the modern digital economy, how digital assets are leveraged, and honestly, some pretty hilarious web design quirks along the way. We're literally peeling back the layers of just one transaction to see exactly how these digital empires are being built today. Let's get into it. Okay, let's dive into this. $2. Seriously, I want you to ask yourself, what kind of legitimate e-commerce business foundation can you possibly purchase for exactly $2? This deal is marked down from $5 to just $2. For less than the price of your morning coffee, this marketplace is promising to essentially hand over the keys to an entire digital storefront. It's an incredibly aggressive hook, no doubt about it. And to really understand why a price point this astonishingly low even makes sense, we first need to make sure we understand the specific industry it's targeting.
Just so we're all on the exact same page, let's look at print on demand, or POD. Simply put, this is a business model where you create, or in the case of our $2 bundle, you acquire, designs to be printed on physical merchandise. We're talking t-shirts, mugs, hoodies, the whole shebang. But the real magic here? The actual printing only happens after a customer hits that buy button. There's no basement full of inventory, there are no massive upfront manufacturing costs holding you back. Your only real job as the business owner is to supply the digital designs and market them. The entire model absolutely hinges on the quality and the sheer volume of your digital assets.
Which brings us to Section 1, the $2 mega deal. What is actually in this bundle? And this right here brilliantly illustrates one of my absolute favorite things about the fast-paced world of digital marketplaces. You'll notice the URL and the very top product title clearly say Terrarium Jar. But then you look at the actual product description and it reveals you are buying a print-on-demand Ultimate Pack bundle. It's just a hilarious e-commerce anomaly. What it tells us is that these digital storefronts are spun up so incredibly fast, and these templates are duplicated at such a rapid pace, that sometimes the original placeholder title of a physical object, like a literal terrarium jar, just gets left behind, while the product itself is completely transformed into this massive digital asset bundle.
So, leaving the terrarium jar behind for a second, what are you actually getting? Well, looking at the source, it is a staggering 10,000 plus premium t-shirt and merchandise designs. Let that scale sink in for just a second. 10,000 designs. At a $2 price point, you're paying a fraction of a single cent for each individual design. It really highlights the sheer leverage of digital products. Because think about it, it costs Elvin Toto Digital absolutely $0 to duplicate a digital file, right? So they can offer this massive, overwhelming volume to the consumer at a price that seems almost too good to be true.
Moving right along to Section 2, inside the Ultimate Pack. Let's look at the specific files and formats. This bundle doesn't just give you a bunch of basic pictures. It provides fully editable, high-resolution, print-ready files. We're talking AI, PNG, PSD, and EPS formats. Now, why does this actually matter? Well, for anyone looking to build a sustainable business, you can't just slap a generic, unedited design on a shirt and expect to get rich overnight. You need to tweak it, maybe recolor it, add your own custom branding, or combine a few different elements. By providing these specific professional-grade file types like your Photoshop and Illustrator files, the seller is empowering the entrepreneur with super easy customization. You aren't just buying static images here, you're buying the raw materials.
Plus, the source specifically points out that these designs cover a ton of trending niches. You've got fashion, sports, quotes, gaming, animals, you name it. In the print-on-demand world, casting a really wide net like this is a fantastic way to figure out what actually resonates with a specific audience. This bundle isn't forcing the buyer into one tiny specific corner of the internet. It provides all these pre-made assets across diverse categories that are engineered specifically for maximum sales potential in those high-traffic niches.
Let's move to Section 3, platforms and audience. Where exactly do you sell all this?
I really want you to think about this for a second. Where do these 10,000 plus designs actually go? You've just downloaded gigabytes of data to your laptop, but data just sitting on a hard drive doesn't make you a dime, right? They require distribution channels to actually reach real, paying consumers.
Well, right in the product description, Elevanto Digital literally gives us the roadmap. They explicitly state these files are perfect for platforms like Etsy, Redbubble, Shopify, Amazon Merch, and Teespring. These are essentially the giant virtual shopping malls of the internet. By taking the time to upload these designs to these specific e-commerce storefronts, the entrepreneur connects those $2 digital assets to millions of daily credit card holding shoppers. So the absolutely crucial point here is understanding exactly who this entire webpage is designed for. Elvento Digital states this ultimate pack is for entrepreneurs, designers, and print-on-demand business owners looking to scale. Notice that? They are not trying to sell a cool t-shirt directly to a consumer. They are selling the ability to sell a t-shirt to a business owner. It's a classic business-to-business transaction. Really, it's the modern digital equivalent of selling shovels during a gold rush.
Which perfectly cues up Section 4, Storefront Anomalies. Get ready for some pretty hilarious quirks.
Now, what's really interesting here is this direct contradiction sitting right there on the checkout page. On one hand, the site proudly boasts worldwide instant access, which, makes perfect sense for a digital file download. But right below it, you can actually select free DHL courier delivery, which takes 2 to 3 days. Just imagine a DHL delivery driver pulling up to your house, knocking on the door just to hand you a thumb drive with 10,000 JPEGs on it. It's such a brilliant, funny artifact of a website that was clearly built on a template originally meant for shipping physical goods.
Oh, and it gets even better, you guys. If you don't want to wait those 2 to 3 days for your digital files to be couriered to you, the site actually offers another free option. You can simply pick up from the Woodmart store today. The idea that there's some physical brick-and-mortar storefront out there in the world where you can casually walk in and carry out your cloud-based vector files is just wonderful. Again, Woodmart is a very popular e-commerce theme for WordPress, and this copy-pasted layout clearly hasn't been entirely optimized for digital-only sales.
And just to round out our list of storefront anomalies, this $2 digital download also comes with a 1-year warranty, free 30-day returns, and inexplicably a banner flashing at you to hurry and get discounts on all Apple devices up to 20%. It's this wild collage of e-commerce promises that don't quite fit the actual product being sold. But, it gives us a really transparent, fascinating look at just how quickly these digital marketplaces are constructed, using prefabricated building blocks.
Finally, let's zoom out to Section 5, the Elvento ecosystem, looking beyond just this one bundle. By checking out their broader category menu, we can see they're providing pre-made assets for almost every single facet of digital creation. Need to boost your social media engagement? They sell Reel bundles. Need some quick, good-looking graphics? They've got Canva templates. Trying to organize your messy new business? Grab their Notion templates. They even sell PLR products. That stands for private label rights, which means you can buy these digital products and legally resell them as your own. They are systematically providing the raw materials for the entire creator economy.
And that perfectly aligns with their mission statement, quoted right there on the homepage. Relevantodigital.com is your go-to marketplace for high-quality digital products. When you view the entire site through that specific lens, that crazy $2 price tag starts to make total sense. It's a loss leader, right? It's a massive, totally irresistible bundle designed to get an entrepreneur into their ecosystem, proving their value right out of the gate, so that same buyer comes back later for the Reel bundles, the Notion templates, and literally everything else they need to run their digital empire. So, I'm going to leave you with this final thought to take away today. Could a $200 bundle of digital files really be the spark that launches a global e-commerce store? I mean, we've seen the sheer scale of the assets, the power of these print-on-demand platforms, and the incredible, almost unlimited leverage of a digital marketplace. Regardless of the funny website quirks and the imaginary terrarium jars, the underlying mechanics here are incredibly powerful. The barriers to entry for starting a global business have literally never been lower, and it's absolutely fascinating to see exactly how these modern digital shovels are being packaged and sold. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer, and I hope this gave you a whole new perspective on the digital economy. See you next time.